Working on getting this adit dewatered. We've been cutting these trenches here. That's the adit back there, of course. And this one in front of us is just about to go. This should lower the water level by a few inches at least. It's been a long-term project of ours. We were last here a year ago. There we go. Taking that water level down. Hell yeah. We were stopped at this mine before because the water was over our necks. So that's what we've got the waders on, as you can see, but the reason we're not just going barely in there in the waders is because it's still too deep. Yeah, that's a deep hole right there. Wow.
Oh, it's going good now.
Yeah, that's awesome.
Feel a good current.
Hopefully it's going to blow out some of the silt too and do some of the work for us. Awesome.
Still a few big ones.
Yeah. And it's all draining out back there. Where I was working back there, he was working up here. As top tier mine explorers, we only use the very best equipment. So you can see that Jake is equipped with a swirly whirly. That's actually what it's called. It's called a swirly whirly tube. And he is getting in there to see.
I don't think the swirly whirly is going to work too well because if I start to take my weight on it,
It sinks?
my sweater is going to get soaked.
Ah, that's a fair point.
But the water is definitely down.
You were...
I see a little bounce though.
Yeah, that's... So far, so good, man.
I think this is my farthest I went last time.
It is, 100%. You still feeling good?
Yeah, I just thought I saw a shark. So I'm getting about 3 inches of mud and then very solid rock.
Right on. All right, we've come in that far, and this tunnel, it's a drain tunnel, is absolutely massive. I mean, it's like railroad tunnel size. There's my buddy Jake up there. And it is a drain tunnel, but at the same time, we're walking on rail. So they may have been doing some mining here as well. He's ahead of me, and so he's stirring up the mud. And so I can't show you the rail, but that's what I'm walking on right now, and it's heavy duty rail. It'd be great if we could get up out of the water a bit. Looking ahead, it just goes forever. And again, this is huge. I think every once in a while I'll take a step that'll drop me down, but overall I think we're getting, it'd be a little bit shallower. It's a good thing we drained the water that we did. You see the water lines way up above us during particularly wet periods. Oh yeah, we're definitely, I was gonna say we're definitely getting shallower, but I just stepped into a hole. Man, it just goes forever. Okay, yeah, it's overall it's getting shallower. It started out way up on my chest, and now, you know, that's my waist. It's kind of hard to tell in the lumpy waders, but that's my waist. So it's about waist deep now, except I do step into a hole every now and then. I'm gonna catch up with my buddy and we'll pick up from there. we've come that far now. That's how it looks without the light. And yeah, you haven't really missed anything. It's just still this drain tunnel looking like this. Really spacious, fantastic echo. We haven't encountered any ground fall yet, which is nice. I'm gonna see if I can squeeze by Jake here and show you some of the ties or the rail. If I don't fall down. You see the darker sections in the water? Those are the ties. Able to hung the utilities off of those. I thought that was carbide. That's just color of the rock right there. Looking ahead, just goes forever. Finally getting, it's about knee deep now, so we're making progress. You can see they ran in this direction rather than out from the shaft. They pushed in toward the shaft rather than out from the shaft. If that makes sense. You can see the spacing of the ties here. These are big ties. And then, you mind shining your light ahead again? Yeah, look at that, you guys. It just goes forever. So I will pick up somewhere down there. All right, way back there is where we came in. And we have finally emerged out of the water, which is a very nice feeling after having been trudging through for so long. That is a big rotted timber in front of us here. You see dryness in front of us. Keeps going that way. Looking forward, obviously, to what might be back there. There's a little bit of ground fall right here. There's a view. God, his light's so much better than mine right now. There's something about it. I can't tell if it bends or what, but we'll find out soon enough. Go ahead if you want. We'll use you for scale. He still has a swirly whirly tube for good measure, so guaranteed a good time because of that alone.
Hold on, all these ties.
Yeah. It's interesting. They didn't pull the ties back there, but they pulled these ties. It's like lagging maybe?
It's like a full tree.
Actually, it is a full tree. It must have come down the shaft. Yeah, look how old it is. I bet it's some giant support timber that came down the shaft. Why else would they drop the tree in? Uh-oh. That's not caved, is it?
That might be the shaft. Maybe we didn't have high hopes. There's the amount of water coming out. Good to gauge that.
Yeah.
Not a lot.
That is not a lot, considering what's above. A lot of... I bet they're old. Rail, piece of rail or pipe in the mud. Ah, yeah. That is a cave.
The rail's back. We can keep going. Keep this side of the rail.
Cool. See how we can keep going?
Oh, fuck, maybe not. Yeah, they made a path through it.
Yeah.
That's an old vent line.
That's a very old vent line. That's a huge, big old vent line. Old timbers. That's way back to the portal.
Alright, we gotta pause for a minute.
You gonna get your swirly whirly off? Yeah, okay. I'm gonna help him with a swirly whirly and pick up. Oh yeah, drop it
There we
down.
go.
Yeah.
A little smarter than the first one.
So, oh yeah, no, we can keep going. There was graffiti near the entrance from 1991, so they might have been the ones that cleared this path here. Either way, we're glad they did. There's a ton of stuff that's spilled down here. Could be the shaft, but there's no water coming down. So So I'm thinking there's probably stope or exploratory or something like that. Okay, I got the water back. But not bad. It's more modern. Very old timber. There's the rail down there.
I was really expecting a dead end.
I was too.
I thought that was the shaft and we were done. But
So did I. This is really odd. This doesn't seem like a drain tunnel anymore.
yeah, we're in like a level now.
Holding up vent line, that wire. Oh, there's a cool pillar right there.
Some graffiti in here. Well, I think it's the markings with carbide.
There's a date.
This is like 5011 maybe. In the box. Looks like it's all business.
Yeah, that's older though.
Yeah.
Okay, I was not expecting this.
No.
I thought we were in a standard drain tunnel, because that's what it says on the maps and the reports. But that's why you just have to get eyes on yourself. Because this is anything but standard drain tunnel now. A lot of old timber and pipe and things like that in here. Mixed in with some newer stuff. Exploratory?
Yeah, they bent the steel and they're running on this vein here. Look at all the pyrite.
Old vent pipe right
Someone
there.
will tell us this is shot through with gold. It's in both the quartz and,
yeah.
and the host rock.
A lot of pyrite. Wow.
Not a very big vein. They obviously stopped.
Yeah, they messed up that steel though, didn't they? Sorry for the shaky footage. I didn't bring the good camera because I quote unquote knew that we were just getting into a drain tunnel. Certainly not anything like this. There's
Here we go.
quartz vein.
39.
Nice. Nice. Sacramento.
Now, that's interesting because the mine closed in 1917.
Right.
So is that an early mine explorer with a carbide lantern from a local mine or something?
Was it? Can you make out the name? I think that's an S on the second word. I can't even. The first one might be an H, but
Yeah, I'm thinking Hutton or Huston Smith.
that's a tough
It's
one.
definitely Smith.
Yeah, Smith. I see.
It can't be. I was thinking Justin, but no, this is.
Oh, it says 300 right there.
Yeah.
I wonder if that's 300 from the shaft or something. Huh. Look at that drill mark there too. That's almost like a core drill. For them going straight in the side like that. The other drill.
Been 91.
Oh yeah, could be because other drill marks are still going the way we're going. We're still facing the way we're going. Well, that's pretty cool. 1939, and include the Sacramento.
It raises more questions than answers, though.
Well, it does, but at least they were courteous enough to put the town, a date in a town, you know. A lot of crystal over here.
Yeah, someone was digging at this.
Yeah, people are addicted to these crystals.
Look at the clay
Oh, the
clay
yeah,
lens on top of it.
absolutely.
395. Does that feel like 95 feet away from that?
Seems about right. Number here. This is so much different than all the reports.
Yeah.
I'm very confused.
Yeah, so it is about a 12-letter foot long straight tunnel. And I mean, they didn't run this in 91, we know that much.
No.
Thanks to Mr. Smith.
Good point, yeah. That alone proves it. Some scratches in the mud and such. Probably from the guys a few decades ago. They had utilities back here, the airline, you know?
Yeah. Kind of a cool feature to point out. That tie is rounded, so it's more of a natural piece of timber. And then if you look at these ones, they're rougher and they got the rounded edges, like they just slabbed one
100%,
two sides of it and called it good. They didn't give it the full milling like the fully rectangular. And all these now are switching over to rounded.
Yeah, these are old.
These gotta come from a local mill or something, or they could have made these round ones on site.
They had a lot of infrastructure here. It wouldn't surprise me if they did make them on site.
Alright, the numbers don't make sense.
No, they don't.
300, 395, 403.
Yeah, you're right, the numbers.
Another pillar. Oh no. Almost a pillar.
Keeps going that way.
With the main pinched out.
Yeah, they changed directions.
Coated 9-wire.
Huh.
I'm wondering if they didn't work in here after 1917 and it never got into the records because the government sucks at record keeping.
Yeah.
Because I don't think they had a coated 9-wire prior to 1917.
Well, plus that graffiti and such too.
Yeah.
Raises questions.
Maybe this drift didn't exist in 1917, that's why it's not in any of the reports.
So maybe that was the shaft back there.
I bet it was.
Because I felt like we were in about 1,000 feet, you know?
Yeah. Someone must have ran this after the official closure. Maybe got a lease on the mine.
Well, we'll know when we get to the end of this. Hopefully we get to the end and not just hit a collapse.
Yeah. There's no stoping, but they are following the vein.
Right, right. That's why we're meandering around, in case people are wondering.
But if there's no stoping, they're probably not very productive.
No. Unless we get to some massive stope on it.
Yeah, just a cave at the end of this. Close done. We had to say something about collapsing.
Oh no. Oh, that's ugly.
Look at that.
That is not what we like to see. I hate serpentine. Especially with that clay serpentine mix. Are there animal tracks?
Dog.
Wow.
Obviously a mining dog.
Yeah.
Alright. It's stoping.
Just like I said.
See, we just had to run our mouths a little bit.
There's an arrow 442 pointing up to the left here.
I bet there was an ore bin right here.
This is massive.
Yeah.
Wow.
Oh yeah, we're going up there.
That's crazy.
God, look how moist it must be for this ore bin to just disappear.
This is nuts. That's gotta be ore right there.
This is all ore.
That's all ore right there.
It doesn't look good, but what do we know?
Wow. This is the top of it right there, that platform. Shine your light up there again. It looks like it stops up there, but obviously we're gonna go up there and check.
To the left a little.
Yeah, we're gonna 100% check that out.
Well, they got good stuff. Some wire rope here.
Looks like it might have been a whole platform here. See these posts driven into the ground?
Yeah, I wonder if the ore car came right under and they
Ooh, dropped, yeah.
or something.
This is all quartz over here, so you can see why they're. Oh wow, we're in a big quartz chamber, aren't we?
Yeah.
That's all quartz over there too.
RV.
Wow.
I was really hoping to get a good feature.
Say again?
I was really hoping to get a good feature. I was worried we were just gonna run to a face and be done.
Yeah. This is so unexpected.
Here's a really good look at this serpentine standing here.
In case I didn't mention it before, all the reports say this is strictly a drain tunnel, and our only goal is to try and reach the shaft. That's why we were working so hard to get in here, because we want to get to the shaft, but this has not been what we expected. Wow, that's ugly.
Yeah.
This is really soft and crumbly. And I hope that...
But you know what? It seems like it's an isolated pockets within good rock.
Yeah, I was just going to say, I hope this is just an occurrence rather than a regular feature going forward. That big vent pipe right there. It's still going.
There's more coated wire.
Huh.
This is probably holding up some pipes up
Yeah.
against the wall tight. Big drill.
They're still going.
Very spacious, Chris.
I don't- Yeah, I don't see any sign of the vein anymore. That could be a muck sheet right there. That's looking very much like the end. Oh, maybe not. Is it just bend or is that the end?
Keep going.
Oh man.
Some more drill steel stuck in the ground. You know, 39, they might have been shut down by the War Act, and they might have took all the rail out for a strap.
True.
War strap.
That's the drill steel he's talking about there. Man. Okay.
What is this?
Okay, this is
What is this?
an odd setup here. What is going on? They stuck the smaller boards just the wall and leaned the bigger timbers against them so it would stay in place.
Kind of a cool piece with a serpentine on it.
Yeah, it is.
Like slab that with a tile saw.
So clearly that means that there's a bunch of gold back there.
They
That's
marked where they hid their
Their
probably
gold.
in there.
That would sound like the Mouse Palace.
Veins here.
Yeah, we picked up the vein again, huh? Oh man, I thought this was the end.
Me too. Packing stick or what's left of
Somebody's been busting up rocks here.
This is fresh. I mean, it could be from the 90s, but
It's not 1920s.
get that green shot through it. It's pretty nice.
Wow, that's pretty. Well, hold on. Focus. There we go.
This was those 90s miners. They might have been onto something that the Joe Bobs aren't usually
True.
understanding.
Man, it keeps going over. I was just standing down there. We were looking around at some of the geology here. There's some interesting stuff shot through the rock. Hopefully that's coming across on the camera. And obviously people have been picking at it up in places like that. And all through here. You hear how it even sounds different when I'm walking on it? Sounds more like I'm walking on broken glass. It's because of the quartz. And my buddy up there, I can see how far this keeps running. I'm trying more to have people in front of me, give you a better sense of scale. And I definitely found the vein again. All through here. I've got a rail back. Cool.
It looks like 1956. All over there.
What did I miss?
Carbide on your right.
Oh. I was looking at the rail. I missed this.
Yeah, 1955 over here.
Now I'm wondering if these are mine explorers again.
Yeah.
I'd be pretty shocked if this was being worked in the 50s.
Stapleton. I got Stapleton for a last name, and I can't really read the rest. And then right here, tell me if you can read it.
Oh, that in the mud?
In the mud, it looks like Diane or
Yeah. I saw that.
that could be from 91, and you wouldn't know the difference.
No.
It doesn't change.
Uh-oh.
Yeah.
Think we find. I'm glad about this though, because at least we know this is the end. It's not like we hit a collapse. So that had to have been the shaft back there.
Yeah. Let's poke our heads up as much.
Oh, definitely. Wow. This is not supposed to. None of this is supposed to be here. This was supposed to stop at that shaft.
We got Olympia beer. Classic.
Miner's choice, yeah.
This is all looking 1970s into the 80s for trash.
That makes sense. Local Joe Bob's, you know.
Yeah, because that collapse wouldn't have been out front blocking the water. You might have been able to walk in back then.
Exactly.
More graffiti in here, but can't read it.
Is there?
LOS.
Oh, that's an old one, yeah. For me, the worst case scenario would have been if we hit a collapse. Then we would have been wondering if the shaft was ahead of us still. You know what I mean?
This is a handkerchief. Could be toilet paper.
It's like, yeah, probably is. Jake found a priceless handkerchief.
It's probably got poop on it.
Probably. Probably a toilet. Wow. Well, anyway, like I was saying, worst case scenario would have been hitting a collapse, because then we wouldn't have known for sure if that was a shaft back there. You know, it left us with a ton of questions. Oh, there's more graffiti back here, too.
Brian's above us.
He is somewhere.
Brian is like 1,800 feet up directly above us. About.
Our friend stayed outside, so he's walking around on our heads right now. Wow. Well, that was certainly unexpected.
See that?
Yeah, saw that too.
Should we do one for us?
All right, well, if I see something cooler or more cool or cool back on the way to that big chamber, I'll show you. Otherwise, we'll pick up and head up that raise or stope. Back in this little pocket, and didn't notice how thick the mineralization was in the quartz here on the way in, because I was looking ahead, but you can see why this would have gotten the attention of the miners. Looks like really good ore. I know that sparkly stuff is not gold, but it's a good indicator for gold being embedded in this quartz. We just finished checking out this section back there, and we're back in what is essentially this giant stope chamber. And now we've got this section here to run up on. I probably gonna need both hands for this, so I just want to orient you where we are. See the remains of the infrastructure that was here. But I'm gonna start heading up, and I'll probably pick up somewhere around there. Just climbed up from down there. I wanted to show you how beautiful looking quartz is here. You can see it's shot through that mineralization. Pretty promising looking stuff. The miners must have agreed since they ran up on it. So I'm going to keep doing it as well. And I'll pick up somewhere over there. The miners, they created these switchbacking trails going up. So get up there and see how things look. That's the last place I picked up filming, down there, that piece of the vein. I'm up at the top now, and the miners followed the vein all the way up, and then you can see it started to pinch out up here, and they lost it, so they stopped. Speaking of things that were lost, you can see that piece of drill steel. It got stuck in there, and they just left it. It got bent, so there's no point in recovering it. So I left that. There is still some quartz over here, which they could have run on a bit more, but you can see it's starting to pinch down to nothing and disappears there. So that's probably enough for them to say it. Conclude that it was disappeared and let it go. But they took a lot of material out of here. This is, I'm glad Jake's standing there. It gives you an idea of how big this is. It is big. So now that we know for certain that that cave section is where the shaft is, we'll go back and take a much closer look at that. But we were kind of joking. This whole thing was a bonus. Everything past that cave section was a bonus because none of this is supposed to be here, and we certainly weren't expecting it. Just climbed back down from there, and I got to the bottom here. I looked up and noticed that graffiti right there in the pin. And so back in the day, a miner must have been standing on the platform that was here and written his name up there. That tells you that that was a while ago.
So it shows you, it really highlights the difference between here and Nevada, because this whole structure would have been
probably still intact, yeah.
We would have been able to climb up on it if this was Nevada.
Exactly.
It rotted down real quick.
Those are big posts. Do you mind standing next to that post?
Look at that one.
Oh yeah, look at that one.
Use the axe to fit the end probably into the ground.
So yeah, look at him next to that post. Gives you an idea how far. That's probably 15 feet up or more. Pretty cool. All right, now we're gonna go get eyes on that shaft. All right, the adit is down there, and I'm on my side here, having crawled up into the shaft. See, Jake's crawled up here with me, and that is a look at what is up there. That's that space from the bottom there to there is probably about 3 feet, and then it just pinches down. That little hole right there, a mouse could fit through, but that's it. So presumably there's a bunch of water running underneath this and out the drain tunnel, but this is all dry. So that suggests that it's not completely plugged up. It's just, in the sense that it's all filled with dirt and such. It's just rock, and then the water's running underneath, if that makes sense. In other words, shaft is really plugged. The water will just be spilling out all over the place because the dirt and silt and such will have filled in the gaps and all the rock. This may even be a more recent collapse for all we know. Either way, though, it's definitely collapsed. Definitely not climbing up the shaft from here. Making our way out, I wanted to give you a sense of what we came in through, because I don't remember if I filmed it that well. It's pretty deep, and we don't have the swirly whirlies to help us out either. See how wide it is here? And yet what's interesting is we're walking on the track now. It's way over to the left side here. And on the right, it's just open. So, curious. He's got his arms up because if you lower your arms at all, they get wet. But your arms get tired and you're just holding them up. So, it's more comfortable if you just balance them on your head. That's what we've been making our way out from. There's just an incredible volume of water in here. Coming out of the portal here, and we just thought it looked so cool and jungle-like or temperate rainforest-like. There's the moss hanging down and this wet, drippy expanse in front of us.